Okay, so we are now live. So Hare Krishna, we welcome all the devotees for today's Throwback Thursday program. Organized by Iskcon Seshadripuram, and today great fortune that we have with us Her Grace Amritasakhi Mataji, who is also from Iskcon Seshadripuram. So just a quick introduction about Mataji. So Mataji was introduced to Krishna consciousness in 1999 when she was a student, and Mataji received her Harinam Diksha in 2003 and Brahman Diksha in 2007. So Mataji, was in Iskcon Seshadripuram from 2003 till 2009, and after that, Mataji, moved to Sri Jagannatha Mandir in Kuala Lumpur. So from Jagannath Mandir, Seshadripuram to Jagannath Mandir in Kuala Lumpur. And so there also Mataji is serving in a lot of various capacities. So whenever Guru Maharaj, goes to Malaysia, so Mataji, helps a lot in taking care of logistics and arrangements. And Mataji also, cooks for Guru Maharaj whenever Guru Maharaj is in Malaysia. And currently, Mataji is also pursuing her Bhaktivedanta degree. And she's also a Bhakti Shastri teacher. And, like she's also, anyways, regularly preaching and doing lot of services in Kuala Lumpur temple. And I went to Bangalore in 2013, and I think Guru Maharaj came there in 2015, I think that time. So that was my first time seeing a lot of senior devotees around Guru Maharaj. So that time I also got some association of Mataji. So there are some devotees by seeing whom you feel like inspired to do more services for Guru Maharaj. So that time I got association with Mataji as well. So with all this, we would like to welcome Mataji by chanting one time Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Rama, Hare
Rama,
Rama, Rama
Hare
Rama.
Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Hare.
Shall I start now, Prabhu?
Yes, yes, Mataji, start now.
Thank you, Prabhu. I didn't give all this introduction. I don't know from where you collected this.
Just 5 minutes before someone shared all these wonderful details.
Okay. Please accept my humble obeisances, dear devotees, Manchukalpatarudesha, Kripa Sindhukevacha, Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimati Jayapataka Swami Niti Namni Namacharya Padaya Nitai Kripa Pradayane Gaurakatha Dhamadaya Nagara Grama Tarini Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimati Bhaktivedanta Swami Niti Namini Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Prasharini निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणी जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे मूकं करोति वाचालं भङ्गं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुं दीनतारिणीं परमानन्दमाधवं श्रीचैतन्येश्वरम्. Hare Krishna. Thank you to the organizers of this Throwback Thursday program. And I saw that it is the 234th session today. So this is amazing that so many people have spoken about Guru Maharaj's glories. Guru Maharaj's glories are unlimited. And so we are very grateful. I don't get to attend live because of the time difference, but I do listen to all the recordings, and it is so much of inspiration to me. So thank you for regularly conducting this, organizing it, and thanks to His Grace Anadi Jagannath Prabhu also for starting this. So today is also Lokanath Das Goswami's disappearance day. So we pray to Loknath Das Goswami and also to Srila Prabhupada and also to all the previous acharyas for Guru Maharaj's health and quick recovery. And I was thinking that Krishna is pleased when his devotees, pure devotees, are glorified. So this is an attempt to please Krishna, and so that he bestows some mercy on us. So I was thinking what to speak, and was past maybe like 1 week has been so much of meditating on all the memories that I cherish that I had with Guru Maharaj. So I would like to start with how I met Guru Maharaj the first time. It was in 1999. I went to Manipal to study. My father sent me there to do BSc nursing. So it was my first year, 1998. And then in 1999, I was introduced to Krishna consciousness. I saw one poster saying that there is an introduction to Kirtan and Bhagavad Gita class. So I was curious to know what it is. So that's how I started going. And it was that time there was no devotees, no center or no temple in Manipal. And so I went there, and then they taught me how to chant, and I started chanting. And then in next month, this was in 99 March. And then in 99 April, there was one girl who was in the MBBS intern. She was doing MBBS intern, and she was conducting the program. She was a leader for all the. She was the one actually who was organizing the programs. So one day she came to my room, and first of all, I had no idea about what is Krishna consciousness, what is Iskcon. I had never heard about it. So she came, and then, like after 1 month, started chanting. She came to the room, she came to my hostel room, and then she said, see, next week, this Swamiji is coming. This Maharaj is coming. So we were in Manipal, and Guru Maharaj was coming to Mangalore, so which is like 60 kilometers from Manipal. So then she said, you come to Mangalore, take darshan. So I had no idea about who is Guru Maharaj. I've never heard of Guru Maharaj, and I've never seen his picture, nothing. Not like nowadays. Nowadays, everything is so easily available. Even recently, we read it in Guru Maharaj's app that when Guru Maharaj was in one of the airports in US, there was somebody who was curious to know who Guru Maharaj was, and when he heard this is Jayapataka Swami Maharaj, he quickly went into internet and read so much about Guru Maharaj. So Guru Maharaj writes in the app that, so within no time, he had so much of information about me. So that is now. But that time, we didn't have any way to check or search. There was no internet. And this girl also, she didn't have any photo of Guru Maharaj. She was just talking. But I was so offensive. I was so offensive that I didn't accept. And I said, I'm not coming. I have seen so many people in saffron, so many sannyasis I've seen. So I have no faith in them. Like that, I was very offensive. And also, to accept Krishna was okay for me, but accepting Guru was not so much for me. And I still remember when I was in high school, in our Hindi textbook, we had Doha by Kabir Das to learn, to study. And it says that Guru Govind do ghade kake lakhon pai, balihari Guru apne Govind diyo batai. So it says that Kabir Das says that Guru and Govind, both of them, if they're present before you at the same time, whom would you offer your respect first? And then in the next line, Kabir Das says that I will offer my respects to Guru first because he showed me Govinda. He gave me Govinda. So when I studied this in the school, that time itself, I had this question in my mind that how can somebody be greater than God? How can he say that when God is present, Guru is present, he will offer his respects to Guru first? So that was my mind. I couldn't accept it. But then in the school, it is just for us to learn by heart and then write the exam and pass. That's all. So that was already there. So then, but this girl was so patient with me. She took her time. I think it was almost half day. She spent with me, explaining to me about Guru Maharaj, and somehow she convinced me to go to see Guru Maharaj. Though I was so stubborn and I didn't want to go. So I'm always grateful to her. She is my Vartama Pradeshaka Guru. And it was Guru Maharaj's costless mercy that she was there to take me to Guru Maharaj. She connected me to Guru Maharaj. And unfortunately, after that, she had not taken initiation. She was under shelter. But later, after that, after she left Manipal and all that, she did not continue with Iskcon. So she never took initiation from Guru Maharaj, but she was instrument for me to get connected to Guru Maharaj. So I'm always very grateful to her. So then in the next week, it was Saturday. So we went to Mangalore, and one of my friends also, classmates also, she also came. So we went to Mangalore, and then, so it was a house. It was not a temple as it was a house functioning as a temple. They had Jagannath deities. And yeah, when we went there was like a couple of people already waiting there. And there was one Prabhu and one Mataji, a couple, husband and wife. They were running the center. They were Guru Maharaj's disciples. And I don't know what their name, and I never met them after that. So we went to the house, and this Mataji asked me, would you like to do some service? And I said, okay, I can do some service. So then the service she engaged me was to cook for Guru Maharaj, to help, not cooking, to help to assist her in cooking for Guru Maharaj. So before Guru Maharaj comes, she was preparing breakfast. So while cooking, she was saying that we are cooking for Guru Maharaj, you're so fortunate, you're getting chance. And I was not appreciating all that because I didn't know all the importance of all this. And one point she was saying that we're cooking for God. So again, my stupid mind was again asking me questions. Why is she saying cooking for God? Earlier she said she's cooking for Guru Maharaj. How cooking for Guru Maharaj can be for cooking for God? So all those kind of stupid questions I had. And I remember till now very clearly, she made dhokla and she was saying that Guru Maharaj likes dhokla. Very, very clear in front of me, that picture of dhokla until now. And I was seeing dhokla for first time. So then after that, Guru Maharaj arrived. And I was, of course, very surprised to see Guru Maharaj because I've never seen a photo of Guru Maharaj also that time. And then Guru Maharaj gave a class. And after the class, Guru Maharaj was standing at the steps. Guru Maharaj was standing in the hall, and I think the other room there was some steps. So Guru Maharaj was standing there. So this girl, she took me to Guru Maharaj. She introduced me to Guru Maharaj, said that she's studying in Manipal and she's chanting one round, all that. And then she gave me some flowers. So she told me, you offered to Guru Maharaj's lotus feet. I just followed it, whatever she did, she said. I didn't know what I was doing, but I just followed what she asked me to do. And then after paying obeisances, then Guru Maharaj looked at me and Guru Maharaj showed, Guru Maharaj used to wear two rings. One is a Saligram ring and one is Srila Prabhupada's ring. So then Guru Maharaj showed me the ring, that is Srila Prabhupada's ring. And Guru Maharaj said that this is Srila Prabhupada's ring, and I'm blessing you with Srila Prabhupada's ring. So then Guru Maharaj touched the ring on my forehead like that, and then gave me blessings. So that was the beginning, and that is a costless mercy I received from Guru Maharaj, which is keeping me until now. And it was just after 1 month of chanting, very new to Krishna consciousness. So in the beginning itself, I received, by Guru Maharaj's costless mercy, I received his blessings. So that kept me in Krishna consciousness. So I'm always very, very grateful to Guru Maharaj for giving me that mercy, even though I was so offensive. I didn't want to see Guru Maharaj, I was so offensive. But Guru Maharaj so compassionate and he gave me this costless mercy. So then that day night, so this girl told me that you don't go back. Guru Maharaj is going to give a japa workshop tomorrow morning, which was a Sunday. But I did not stay. I didn't know what was a japa workshop. So I said, no, I need to go back. I cannot stay. So I went back. And then after that, later she told me that, you see, Guru Maharaj, there were only very few of us, and Guru Maharaj did the workshop. Guru Maharaj taught us how to chant clearly. He recorded individually everybody's chanting, and then he played to us, and he said how to improve our japa. But it didn't make, I was not realizing what I missed that time. But then later only I was thinking of my stupidity, why I did not stay back. And after that, I was never able to attend any japa workshop by Guru Maharaj. So I lost a big opportunity that time. After that, we were under the care of His Grace Govindaram Prabhu, who was also a very senior disciple of Guru Maharaj. So Prabhuji was in Mangalore. So he used to travel to Manipal. We were few girls, 6 of us, practicing Krishna consciousness. So Prabhuji would travel from Mangalore to Manipal every week and sometimes every day to teach us Bhagavad Gita. So again, he took care of us like a father. So that was my next connection to Guru Maharaj. And after that, we had, there was Safari in 2000 in Udupi. Safari came to Udupi. So Guru Maharaj came. So we had more opportunity to see Guru Maharaj and see more disciples of Guru Maharaj. And then in 2002, we went, all of us from Manipal, we went to Bangalore to attend Rath Yatra in 2002. Then in 2002, I sent a letter. My friends, 2 of them were going to Mayapur to attend the Gaura Purnima festival. So I sent a handwritten letter to Guru Maharaj requesting for shelter. And Guru Maharaj sent me a letter back saying that, giving me shelter. And Guru Maharaj mentioned that as a sheltered spiritual daughter, I feel responsible for your progress in Krishna conscious life. And also Guru Maharaj wrote that I'm very anxious to deliver you safely back to Godhead, back to Godhead. And Guru Maharaj also mentioned about chanting. By attending chanting, it cleanses the heart. Like that, I received a letter from Guru Maharaj. And then 2003, after my studies, I went to Bangalore. My sister was already in Bangalore. So she was, then we were together practicing in Bangalore, connected to Iskcon Jagannatha Mandir, Sri Jagannatha Mandir, Seshadripuram. So then we had more association there, and she's also here. My sister also, Amal Manjari Devidasi, she's also here in the Zoom today. I'm also very grateful to her for her support in my Krishna consciousness. So together we had a lot of opportunities to serve Guru Maharaj. So then in 2003, I received initiation. And initiation also, we had nice experience. That time, Guru Maharaj would interview everybody personally. So we had interview by all the temple committee members. I think 5 of them interviewed us individually. And after that, it was interview by Guru Maharaj. So interview happened in Anupul Prabhu's house. So we all went there. So 3 of us were, there were many devotees, and 3 of us were single girls, like me, my sister, and Mangala Priya. So 3 of us went together for interview to the room, where others were also there. I mean, senior devotees like Anupul Prabhu, Sudhir Prabhu, they all were there also. Then Guru Maharaj asked questions to my sister first. Many questions Guru Maharaj asked. And for everything, the answer was yes. And then finally, Guru Maharaj asked a question. So do you want to merge into Brahman? And then she said, yes, Guru Maharaj, because all the other questions answer was yes. And then Guru Maharaj started laughing, saying that, see, she wants to merge into Brahman. And then she realized, she said, no, Guru Maharaj, I don't want to merge into Brahman. I want to serve Krishna. Like that. And then my turn, Guru Maharaj asked some questions. I don't remember all the questions now, but one question Guru Maharaj asked me was Tilak Mantra. Tilak Mantra, not like all the Tilak Mantra. Guru Maharaj showed here, the arm, upper arm here. What is a mantra here that you say? And I was nervous. I cannot remember. I started saying from first, no, Om Keshavaya Namah, Om Narayana Namah. I cannot proceed. I cannot get. Very nervous. And then one side, my sister, one side, Mangalapriya, they were trying to help me, but I cannot hear anything. I couldn't answer what is a mantra. Then Guru Maharaj said, Om Madhusudana. But I feel, again, it was Guru Maharaj's mercy, that experience, that after that, every time I put tilak, I remember Guru Maharaj. Because this is what I couldn't answer on Madhusudanaya Nama. So whenever I put tilak and when it reaches Madhusudanaya Nama, it gives that memory. So then initiation also, again, our initiation happened at night around 9:30 or 9:50, like that. And when Guru Maharaj was giving me the name, before my legal name is Ardra, so which was difficult for people to pronounce. So I always had the desire that I want a simple name, because people will call me Andhra, Adra, all different names because they cannot pronounce the name Ardra. So I had the desire that I want a simple name, which everybody can call. So before giving the name, Guru Maharaj said that it's interesting that this name Ardra is one of Srimati Radharani's name. And then Guru Maharaj said that I wanted to give this name. Guru Maharaj said something like Ardra Pada Ga or Ardra Pada Ja, something like that. Then Guru Maharaj said, but it is very complicated. So I'm not giving you that name. I will give you a very simple and easy name. And then Guru Maharaj said, the meaning of your name is the servant of the nectarian associate or nectarian friend of Lord Krishna. And your name is Amritasakhi Mataji. And I was very happy to get that name. I was actually relieved that I don't have that complicated name or people will find it difficult to pronounce. So that was our Harinam initiation. And then for Brahmin initiation, also Guru Maharaj asked me two questions. Guru Maharaj asked me two questions. One was that are you following all the principles, all the vows of your Harinam initiation? I said, yes, Guru Maharaj. Then second question, three questions. Second question, I was student that time. I was doing my master's that time. So then Guru Maharaj asked me, will you get time to do the mantras? No, we have to chant extra mantra. So will you get time? I said, yes, Guru Maharaj. Then third question Guru Maharaj asked me was, are you sure you will get married only to a devotee? I was 26 that time. And then I said, yes, Guru Maharaj. I had no clue. But by Guru Maharaj's mercy, after 3 years, I got married by Guru Maharaj. It was just Guru Maharaj's mercy that got married to a devotee. So like this, Guru Maharaj's mercy. So our opportunities to serve Guru Maharaj, to associate with Guru Maharaj was in Bangalore. And then Guru Maharaj used to visit Bangalore. And then we used to go to Coimbatore Rath Yatra, Chennai Rath Yatra. And I also went to 2 times for safari. 3 times I went for safari. And 2 times we went for Navadip Mandal Parikrama before 2008. So Guru Maharaj will stay in the camp itself. Guru Maharaj won't go back to Manipal. So there's so much of association. Safari also, it is like 21 days with Guru Maharaj. So day, and until the day ends, you can see Guru Maharaj, and then we'll be staying in the same place. So much of opportunity to actually see who Guru Maharaj, even though we can never understand who Guru Maharaj is, but more opportunity to see Guru Maharaj like that. So then I was thinking that some of the qualities or extraordinary qualities that Guru Maharaj has. So one thing I was thinking was that Guru Maharaj is always surrounded by devotees. Always surrounded by devotees. We will never see Guru Maharaj alone anywhere. Always there's devotees around. Even recent, and Guru Maharaj attracts everybody, not just devotees, anybody. Even when Guru Maharaj goes to the hospital or whether he's traveling or anywhere, Guru Maharaj just attracts people. And even this year, when April, when Guru Maharaj came to Malaysia, in the airport, we were waiting to receive Guru Maharaj, and then Guru Maharaj came. So there was one couple who were travelers. They got so curious to know who this personality is. And then they came, we spoke to them, and they waited for Guru Maharaj, and then they got Guru Maharaj's blessing. So like that, always Guru Maharaj attracts everybody. And Guru Maharaj, as I said before, he always prefers to be with devotees. So when in 2005, in Safari, we were in Haridwar. So we were staying in an accommodation. And then in Haridwar, we went for Ganga Puja, which is arranged by another ashram, another Swamiji. So then that Swami, and then after that, he invited all of us to go to his place. And we went to his place. It's a beautiful place, very nice, much nicer than the place where we were staying. And then the Swamiji told Guru Maharaj that we have a nice place for you. Please come and stay here. Then Guru Maharaj said, very politely denied, and then Guru Maharaj did not go there. Guru Maharaj was with the Safari devotees in the other place. So at night after coming, I asked Guru Maharaj, I was a bit worried, what if Guru Maharaj goes and stays there? Then we will miss Guru Maharaj. So I told that to Guru Maharaj. Then Guru Maharaj replied that I don't want to be separated from devotees. That was Guru Maharaj's reply. So whatever it is, Guru Maharaj always prefers to be with devotees. And that time in Safari, wherever we went, whichever place we went to, when we reach, everybody will be busy unpacking, getting a place for them, or going for a shower, or looking for prasadam, like that. But Guru Maharaj will sit in a common place where anybody can go and speak to him, get his association. He was never, when we reached one place, Guru Maharaj never went to his room, though there will be a special room for Guru Maharaj. So all the Guru Maharaj servants will go arrange the things and all that, but Guru Maharaj always sat outside in a common place that is available for devotees. So I was also remembering that Loknath Maharaj in the 60th Vyasa Puja, he was in Mayapur. So in that Vyasa Puja offering, Loknath Maharaj said that wherever Jayapataka Swami Maharaj is there, even all the demigods also will come there. And when Maharaj goes from one place to another place, demigods also goes. So that is why when Guru Maharaj comes, we feel like so many people. And then when Guru Maharaj goes from one place to other place, we feel so empty. And then another thing what I was meditating on was Guru Maharaj's mode of caring for everyone, not only just disciples. Guru Maharaj cares for everyone. He doesn't discriminate. This is my disciple, or this is not my disciple, or this is devotee, that is not devotee. Everybody. Guru Maharaj cares for every living entities. In fact, in 2012, in the Vyasa Puja festival in Mayapur, Janivas Prabhu, in the offering, he mentioned that Guru Maharaj, Jayapataka Maharaj, always lives for others. And then he said that, take a good look, take a good look. He doesn't live for himself. He always lives for others. And it is very rare to see such a personality. This was Srinivas Prabhu's words. And it is so true. And the care Guru Maharaj gives, it may be like a very simple thing and to very significant thing. That level Guru Maharaj's care is. Something like when we go for parikrama, Navadvip Mandal parikrama, Guru Maharaj in places, Guru Maharaj would sit with sunscreen to give to everybody, so that usually the Westerners, they cannot take the heat. So Guru Maharaj would sit there and give sunscreen to everybody so that they can apply it. And once in Bangalore, this was I think in 2004 or 2005, Guru Maharaj was flying out of Bangalore. So we went to the airport. It was early morning flight. We went, me and my sister, we both went to the airport. And Guru Maharaj came, and Guru Maharaj talking to others, senior disciples who were there. So when Guru Maharaj came, we offered obeisances. We left our shoes, and then we offered obeisances. And we were standing barefoot. And then Guru Maharaj was talking to them, and Guru Maharaj came to us and told us, where is your shoe? Where is your shoes? Wear your shoes, it's very cold. Imagine Guru Maharaj noticing that you are standing barefoot in that cold. Like that, very, very simple thing which nobody will even notice, that Guru Maharaj notices. Even in safari also, many times I witnessed that. When there is nobody to serve prasadam, Guru Maharaj will serve prasadam. Everything. When Guru Maharaj sees that, okay, there is not enough people here, Guru Maharaj will go and do that. So he doesn't see what it is. He's always there for devotees. Then another experience we had was that me and my sister, we went to Coimbatore to meet Guru Maharaj. From Bangalore, we went to Coimbatore. And then we were taking a train back. Train was in the afternoon. And we were talking to Guru Maharaj, and we were delaying leaving from there. And Guru Maharaj was very concerned that we should not miss our train. So Guru Maharaj kept telling us that we should go fast, shouldn't get late, like that. But we were delaying, talking to Guru Maharaj, like that there. And then finally we went to the railway station. And when we reached the railway station, we saw the train leaving. So we missed the train. And then we saw what is the next train, and there was no direct train after that time to Bangalore. So then we took a train to Salem, and then from Salem, we had to take a bus and all that. So then after reaching there, maybe like in half an hour, one devotee from the temple called us. And then he said, Guru Maharaj asked to call to find out whether you got the train or not. And then Guru Maharaj asked me to keep 2 plates of prasadam. In case you don't get your train and come back to temple, you should have prasadam. So then he asked him to keep prasadam for us. So that is another experience. And then another time, this was when Guru Maharaj was undergoing treatment in ILBS in Delhi. It may be like 2015, I think 2015. So me and another Mataji from here, we went to Delhi to see Guru Maharaj. So their darshan was only in the evening. We were staying in the temple guest house. And so we go in the evening to the 5 o'clock, 5 to 6 was the darshan time in the hospital. So we will go to the hospital 5 o'clock. So that time, well, it was also Purushottama month. So we thought, okay, anyway, we are in Delhi, so let's go to Vrindavan. But we didn't want to miss Guru Maharaj darshan. So we thought one day after darshan, that means after 5 o'clock after darshan, we go to Vrindavan, stay there. Next day morning, attend Mangalarati until Guru Puja, we can be there. And then after that, we leave from there so that we reach there the next day by darshan timing. So then when we went to see Guru Maharaj, we told Guru Maharaj that we are going to, after this, we're going to Vrindavan for one night, and tomorrow we'll be back. And then Guru Maharaj was so concerned. Guru Maharaj was asking so many questions. Who arranged your car? Who's the driver? And don't stop on the way. You have to be very careful. It is night. It is not safe. Only 2 ladies are traveling like that. He was so concerned that we 2 ladies were traveling alone in the night. It was like after 6 we left maybe. And then another time, this was also a teaching for me, that again in Safari in 2005, there was one Mataji who didn't like me, some karma chemistry, whatever I did was, she didn't like whatever I did. So there was she was always finding fault like that. Then one day she fell sick. She was very sick. And then Guru Maharaj called me and then said that you take care of her. She's very sick, so please take care of her, see what medicine she needs, give her prasadam, everything. So I was thinking that she's already very angry with me. And what if now I go and serve her? What is she going to tell me? But since it was Guru Maharaj's instruction, I didn't tell anything to Guru Maharaj. Since it was Guru Maharaj's instruction, I did that. So I went to her, I asked her, what can I do for you? And I did whatever I could, I did. And then every time when Guru Maharaj sees me, Guru Maharaj will ask me, how is she doing now? How did she eat? Did she take medicine? Like that, Guru Maharaj used to ask me. So by serving her, even though I also had some reservations against her because she was always, she didn't like me. So, and but by serving her, that was fully gone. And then even she didn't get angry with me after that. And then later, after many years, when I attended the Sadachara, Vaishnava Sadachara course, we learned that when you have some problem as a devotee, the best thing to do is to serve the Vaishnava, so to serve that devotee. So that Guru Maharaj taught me by practical experience. Guru Maharaj taught me that. And then another incident, like Guru Maharaj, how much Guru Maharaj cares for others. Here, when we had the convention last year, not last year, 2024, we had a convention here in Malaysia. Last year also we had, this was in 2024. When we had the convention, so in the kitchen, there are so many devotees in the kitchen cooking round the clock, and they will miss all the programs. So Guru Maharaj one day went to the kitchen, came to the kitchen, and to see everybody and to bless everyone. In fact, no other sannyasis did that. It was only Guru Maharaj who came to the kitchen to see everybody. And then after Guru Maharaj came to the kitchen, one Mataji was telling me that I was actually just today morning, I was thinking that I'm missing everything. I don't even know whether I'll get to see Guru Maharaj during the convention. And then she was so happy when Guru Maharaj came to the kitchen, met everyone and blessed everyone. Then another thing, last year September, when Guru Maharaj came, this was in Penang, which is north part of Malaysia. So I was there. I was also there assisting in cooking. So then Guru Maharaj had this intestinal obstruction. Guru Maharaj was admitted in the hospital. That was our temple is in the mainland and the hospital was in the island. So which takes like around 45 minutes like that by drive to reach there. So near this hospital where Guru Maharaj was admitted, we had another center there. So I used to be there and my service was to make juice for Guru Maharaj. Whenever they ask, so I wait there and whenever they ask, I make juice, like 100 ml juice, whatever juice they want. So that was my service there. I was doing that. And so the convention was over, and my husband, we all went together, but then after the convention over, my husband came back to KL and I stayed back. So he told me that I can be there to serve, to whatever service I can do. So then one day Guru Maharaj called me over the phone, and then Guru Maharaj asked me that Guru Maharaj knows everything. He's updated about who's doing what and what is happening. Then Guru Maharaj asked me that, do you have to care for your husband? Like a very compassionate father, Guru Maharaj asked me this. So then I said, Guru Maharaj, my husband has given me permission to be here as long as Guru Maharaj is there and to do whatever service I can. And then also I said there are some other arrangements made for him for his prasadam back in care. Then Guru Maharaj said, then it is fine. Thank you. So who can be more caring and more compassionate than Guru Maharaj? And like this, many things. So I was hearing there is one talk which everybody should listen. Is given one JS's address given by His Grace Vidwan Gauranga Prabhu. He gave an address where he mentioned that we should, it was in 2021, he gave this address in JS's Mumbai. So he mentioned that Guru Maharaj has all the qualities that is mentioned in Bhagavad Gita, Vaishnava qualities, all we can see in Guru Maharaj. So, and Guru Maharaj also want us to develop those qualities, the Vaishnava qualities, and we should do Vaishnava Seva. With that qualities, we should do Vaishnava Seva. And he said, Guru Maharaj said that anybody who, when people in Iskcon, when they think of Vaishnava Seva, they should contact JP's disciple. They should be exemplary in Vaishnava Seva. This is what Guru Maharaj said. He said he heard many times Guru Maharaj saying that. So that is Guru Maharaj's expectations. And Guru Maharaj himself is showing that, demonstrating that what is serving devotees and what is caring for devotees. And even now we can see that Guru Maharaj has many disciples, and every time Guru Maharaj is finding different techniques to reach each and every one of us. Guru Maharaj answers emails, and then we have Guru Maharaj started this Jayapataka Swami app where Guru Maharaj will update everything that he's doing. Who will do that? It's like Guru Maharaj's life is like an open book. Everything Guru Maharaj is updating there. All the activities Guru Maharaj is doing. And then there is Facebook and YouTube. And during COVID, Guru Maharaj started house visit. He was visiting all devotees' houses. Then, so once we had, one Deepavali time, we had house visit, Zoom house visit during COVID. So then I told in the Zoom meeting when Guru Maharaj visited, I told Guru Maharaj, we are missing Guru Maharaj here. That previously Guru Maharaj used to visit all the houses. The one in Malaysia, Deepavali Day, previously Guru Maharaj used to visit like 50, 60 houses like that a day. Then Guru Maharaj said, now also I'm visiting everybody's house now also. That was Guru Maharaj's reply. Then something that always amazes me is how Guru Maharaj reciprocates with devotees. Just like, and this reciprocation also just like how Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, chapter 4, text 11, Ye yathamam prapadyante tam sadaiva bhajamiham. As you surrender to me, unto me I reward them accordingly. So when we have the desire, then Guru Maharaj definitely fulfills that. I tell this to everyone. When people tell me that, oh, will I get a chance to serve Guru Maharaj? Will I get a chance to see Guru Maharaj? So I just tell them, have the desire. That's all you need to have the desire. Guru Maharaj reciprocate. Guru Maharaj understands. So one time one time here in, this was, I think, many years ago. we had, my sister wanted some books, Vaishnava K, Guru Maharaj book, Vaishnava K. She wanted some books from here to be sent to UK because they had disciples retreat there. They didn't have the book, and we had the book here. So then we have one Mataji, god sister, who's working in Malaysian Airlines. So usually I send things with her. So I was supposed to send some books with her, but before she went, I couldn't arrange that. Then she said, it's okay. I have a friend who is going to London in a few days, so you give it to her. Then she gave me her number and all that. So I went to a house and gave the books. And then her name was Nalini. So Nalini took the books and then my sister collected it there. So they received it before the retreat. So then after that, I didn't have any contact with her. The next time Guru Maharaj came next time to Malaysia, we were in the airport waiting to receive Guru Maharaj. And I saw Nalini coming after her work. So I quickly ran to her and then I told her, you see, whose book you carried the other day? And that my Guru Maharaj, he's coming now. And we came here to receive Guru Maharaj. And then I asked her, do you mind waiting? You can see Guru Maharaj, you can get his blessings. And she said, okay. Usually after a long flight, they would just want to go home and rest. But she was very enthusiastic to meet Guru Maharaj. And then she waited for some time. And when Guru Maharaj came, I took her to Guru Maharaj. And then I introduced her. I told Guru Maharaj that she carried Guru Maharaj's books to UK so that the devotees there could have that. And then Guru Maharaj blessed her. Guru Maharaj told her, thank you for your service. So you see, such small things she did, small service she did, and how Guru Maharaj reciprocated with her. And it doesn't happen it's not a coincidence. It is Guru Maharaj's pure mercy. One time in one Vyasa Puja, Guru Maharaj, in the Vyasa Puja address, somebody asked a question, how often Guru Maharaj thinks of his disciples? And you know what Guru Maharaj replied? Guru Maharaj said that whenever my disciples think of me, I think of them. So it's up to us what we want. And then another time, when Guru Maharaj was here, Guru Maharaj was staying opposite the temple in the apartment there. So one evening, there was no program, no class, no program, nothing. So I went to Guru Maharaj's house for some service, and Guru Maharaj was sitting in the hall, and some devotees were there. And then Guru Maharaj asked me, are there anybody waiting to see me? I said, no, Guru Maharaj, nobody is there because today no program, so nobody is there. Then Guru Maharaj told me that you go to temple, check if there is anybody waiting to see me and bring them here. So I went to the temple and I saw one couple, one husband and wife sitting there in the temple hall. So I went and I just, because Guru Maharaj told me to check if anybody waiting for Guru Maharaj, there was nobody else. So I went and asked them. I asked them, are you waiting to see Guru Maharaj? They were so shocked. Actually, what happened was they couldn't come when there was program. They couldn't come and they came from a different state. And so they thought they will just try their luck. So they were so happy. They were so surprised. They couldn't believe. So I took them to Guru Maharaj, and I saw another two girls also in the temple. I took them also to Guru Maharaj. And then they went, Guru Maharaj spoke to them. So this was another reciprocation which I witnessed. Guru Maharaj himself asked to go and check whether anybody is waiting. And then another very nice pastime, we had this visit during April. Yeah, during April visit. One Mataji came from Australia. Her sister she's basically from Malaysia, but she migrated into Brisbane. And her sister is here. So she came from Australia and she brought some fruits for Guru Maharaj. And she also brought kiwi. And then, but kiwi is not in Guru Maharaj's diet. Guru Maharaj is taking only berries like blueberry, blackberry, strawberry, like that. So no kiwi allowed. So when Prasanna Gauranga Prabhu Guru Maharaj saw the kiwi, he said that this one, he rejected it, saying that this one is, Guru Maharaj cannot take it. He said, just leave it here. So then that day, she came in the morning with all the fruits. So we kept all the berries in the fridge, and then kiwi we kept outside because Guru Maharaj is not going to eat them. So that was a dialysis day. And dialysis day, Guru Maharaj takes like juices which has sugar content, like grape juice, pomegranate juice, pineapple juice, because during dialysis the sugar level goes down. So we sent 3 types of juice to the hospital from the house where Guru Maharaj's cooking was happening. We sent 3 types of juice. Grape, pomegranate, and one more, I don't know, 3 juice we sent. So after some time, I think it was Kopati Prabhu who called me saying that Guru Maharaj wants kiwi juice. So I was saying that kiwi juice, Prabhu, kiwi is not in the list and we don't have kiwi. And then I'm not sure what I said now. Maybe I didn't say that. So then I informed Prasanna Prabhu, Guru Maharaj wants kiwi juice. And then he said that, see that Mataji brought kiwi and I rejected it. And then we quickly made kiwi juice and sent to the hospital. So then I asked this Mataji, how did you know Guru Maharaj will ask for kiwi juice today? And then she said, I don't know. When I saw the kiwi, I remember that Guru Maharaj likes it. And it was like not green color inside, it was pink inside. So, and it looked very beautiful. So I thought I just get it for Guru Maharaj, though it is not in the list. And then Guru Maharaj had the juice. And another similar pastime happened. That was last year, Guru Maharaj's visit last year in September. There is one Mataji who buys organic vegetables for Guru Maharaj. She likes to buy organic vegetables and give. So we gave her the list, what all we need, all the vegetables. And so she bought everything, and she bought some green leaves also, some shark she bought. And then again, when we received it, and then we were thinking that this is not in the list, then why did she buy? Then Prasanna Prabhu said, it's okay, we will keep it and we will make for devotees because we cannot use it for Guru Maharaj. So then we kept it in the fridge, it was there. And the next day morning, Prasanna Prabhu went to see Guru Maharaj to ask Guru Maharaj, what do you want for breakfast today? Then Guru Maharaj said, make khichdi with shark. So Prasanna Prabhu first thought there is no shark. And then when he came back, he remembered that, oh no, there is shark in the fridge, which this Mataji brought. So then I informed her. She doesn't come to do direct service and all that. She will buy and then she'll send it. So I called her, I told her this is what happened. It is really amazing that how you're a first-class disciple, you know what Guru Maharaj wants. And she's not an initiator, though she's a born devotee following everything, but somehow that she's not taken initiation. So then she said, I know Acharya Pai, like she's an old devotee. She said, I know Acharya Pai likes all these shark items. So she said when she went to buy, she bought all the vegetables. And then she went to the counter to make payment. That time she remembered, oh, I didn't buy this shark. Guru Maharaj always likes this. So let me buy that. So then she went and grabbed this one bundle of shark. And then Guru Maharaj next day had it for his breakfast. So Guru Maharaj fulfills all the desires, what desires we have. And like Chintamani. Then another something amazing what I witnessed is that last time when Guru Maharaj was here in the hospital for dialysis, I went to the dialysis room with pre-lunch. I went to give pre-lunch. So in the dialysis room, I saw the dialysis going on, and all the lights off, everything is off. And one side, Deva Gauranga Prabhu was sitting with holding Guru Maharaj's hand. And the other side, Radharaman Prabhu was standing with his phone. next to Guru Maharaj's left side, here. So then I thought something, it's Guru Maharaj is definitely not sleeping, then he doesn't need to stand there with the phone. So then after that, I asked Radharaman Prabhu that what was happening. Everything, it looks like for anybody who sees will think that Guru Maharaj is resting. So then I asked him, what were you doing? What was Guru Maharaj doing that time? Then he said Guru Maharaj was listening to a document or something. He was doing something. So then I asked then why light was off and everything was so dark, silent. And then he said, Guru Maharaj is like that. Guru Maharaj doesn't need to use his eyes that time. He just need to use his ears. So he said Guru Maharaj functions like that. He has to use only the eyes, so only the ears. So the ears were functioning. I mean, like you don't need the light to hear a document. So like that. And also the same thing I saw once in our temple when Guru Maharaj came. When Guru Maharaj came, the Pada Puja and Guru Puja was outside the temple hall on the stage. And after that, Guru Maharaj would go inside and give the class. So when Pada Puja and Guru Puja was going on, Guru Maharaj was just sitting like this. Never looked, just like that, sitting. And then I was thinking, I was feeling so bad. Guru Maharaj looks very tired. Then how is Guru Maharaj going to give class? All those kinds of thoughts. Guru Maharaj never responded, nothing. Pada Puja going on, Guru Puja going on, everybody offering flowers. Guru Maharaj never looked, just sat like that. And when Guru Maharaj went inside, started giving class, he was a different person. So according to what is needed, Guru Maharaj shows that function. That was my realization that time. Then we have, some other things also I wanted to share is that one day, this was in Bangalore, in Ankul Prabhu's house, it was Ekadashi day. Guru Maharaj was inside that Ekadashi day. I had the desire that Guru Maharaj should call me my name loudly. I had that desire that day. So then Guru Maharaj, we cooked some items for Guru Maharaj's lunch. So we went there, we were waiting in the house. Guru Maharaj was sitting inside the room and we were waiting near the dining table there. And so from the room inside, Guru Maharaj called me, Amritasakhi. Guru Maharaj called me loudly, fulfill the desire. So then I went inside the room. There was somebody else also in the room. And then Guru Maharaj gave me a medicine and asked me to check, see whether there is any grain in that, because it was Ekadashi. So then it was an Ayurvedic medicine. Then I looked, Guru Maharaj, I told, there is no way to check that time. No? We didn't have all this AI that time. So then I told Guru Maharaj, I cannot find out whether it has any grains or not. Then Guru Maharaj said, okay, then I'm not taking the medicine today because it's Ekadashi. And also another time when one Mataji was a little sick, Guru Maharaj gave medicine, sick in the sense of some stomach problem, stomach upset. Then Guru Maharaj gave this Pudin Hara to her, and Guru Maharaj said, you chant Sri Vishnu 3 times before taking the medicine. And I also heard from Guru Maharaj's caretakers that every time they give medicine to Guru Maharaj, they chant Sri Vishnu, Sri Vishnu, Sri Vishnu, and then he takes the medicine. So Guru Maharaj practically showing us what we should be doing. And even when we offer a garland, Guru Maharaj always used to ask that, is it offered? Otherwise, Guru Maharaj will ask us to offer. Guru Maharaj never accepted a garland without offering to Krishna first. So one time when I was offering a garland, Guru Maharaj asked this question. Many times Guru Maharaj asked this. One time Guru Maharaj asked, and Guru Maharaj is ready with the Guru Maharaj Saligram ring. In case I have not offered the garland, Guru Maharaj was showing that you can offer to the Saligram. Like that, every instance, Guru Maharaj is teaching us something. And there are also other times where got corrections from Guru Maharaj. One such incident was that this was in 2004. I stayed in Manipal for a month. And then after that, I had to go back to Bangalore. I was working that time. So I took leave for 1 month, went to Manipal. I had to go back. So just before, few days before going back, I started, whenever I say Guru Maharaj, I'm going. I need to go. And then I'll cry. So first time when I said Guru Maharaj said, don't say you're going. Say, I'll see you. I said, okay. The next time, again, the same thing. Guru Maharaj, I'm going. Guru Maharaj said the same thing again. Don't say you're going. Say, I'll see you. And then it was just one day before, I need to go. Guru Maharaj gave a class, and after that, Guru Maharaj is distributing prasadam. So I went to take prasadam. Again, I said, Guru Maharaj, tomorrow I'm going. And I started crying. So Guru Maharaj really got angry with me. Guru Maharaj asked me, how many times I told you not to say that? Say, I will see you. Then I told Guru Maharaj, I'll see you soon again. So that was one direct teachings or corrections I received. Also, another time when I was making some dosha for Guru Maharaj, this was in the farm. We had one convention happen in the farm here, which is like 1.5 to 2 hours from the city, the farm. So there, the kitchen and Guru Maharaj's room was little far. So we make the dosha and somebody will run so that Guru Maharaj receives it hot. So I was doing it fast. And then Guru Maharaj sent a message that you no need to rush, take your time, but cook the dosa properly. Because I was rushing, it was not getting cooked. Like that. So maybe, yeah, like that, by Guru Maharaj's costless mercy, many pastimes, many experience like that. So Guru Maharaj always says that whenever possible, whenever we get an opportunity to do Bapu Seva, we should do that. Other times we do Vani Seva. So we have, at this time now, we have Guru Maharaj's books and all these lectures we have in JPS archives. All these lectures are there. And also there is timeline. The lectures are given with the timeline where we can read from beginning in the 1980s. And we have Guru Maharaj's diary, every town and village, the old diaries. It is also published again. And in 2024, when Guru Maharaj was in Juhu, was giving class, and Guru Maharaj said, somebody asked a question that how can we understand your mood? And then Guru Maharaj, in reply to that, Guru Maharaj mentioned that I'm spending so many weeks giving class so that people could get an idea of my mood. So that's what Guru Maharaj is expecting us. By hearing the lectures, reading Guru Maharaj's books, we can understand that. So, yeah. And like how Vidwan Prabhu says that we should always pray to Guru Maharaj to advance from Shraddha to Prema. Guru Maharaj, he mentioned in his talk, Vidwan Prabhu mentioned that once in 1997, Guru Maharaj asked him to write that on the notice board outside Guru Maharaj's office, that make a list that you want this problem, all this material problem, come to Jayapataka Swami. And if you want to know, if you want to advance in Krishna consciousness, also you can come. And he wrote that in small letters. So then Vidwan Prabhu mentions that Guru Maharaj said that this is what people are coming to me. So then he says that we should pray to Guru Maharaj to advance from Shraddha to Prema. So now I would end here. And thank you all very much for your patient listening. And please forgive me if I committed any offense knowingly and unknowingly in my speech.
It is very wonderful, Mataji. So just for information of all the devotees, like it's already 11:40 p.m. for Mataji. So so it's too late for Mataji, but still, Mataji gave us a wonderful session and told about lot of different glories of Guru Maharaj, and how the loving care of of Guru Maharaj, like Mataji told, like Mataji mentioned about her name. Guru Maharaj gave a name that was simple. So although Mataji was thinking in her heart, but Guru Maharaj understood that, and even the example of the couple who were waiting in the temple. So Guru Maharaj knows, what is there in our heart, and the way Guru Maharaj cares about the devotees. So like Mataji mentioned, that Vidwan Gurang Prabhu mentioned in his JSSS talk, that Guru Maharaj wants that if someone asks, if someone wants to give an example of Vaishnava Seva, it should be Guru Maharaj disciples. And we can see a lot of pastimes Mataji shared, like Guru Maharaj is himself showing that example. Like when Mataji missed her train, Guru Maharaj already kept some prasadam for Mataji and sister. So we can see from personal example of Guru Maharaj also, how much loving and caring Guru Maharaj is. And we can also see from the examples, that Mataji shared how much loving and caring Mataji is. She is taking the devotees to Guru Maharaj. It's generally we just go ourselves to Guru Maharaj, and many don't get a chance. So, but we can see, Mataji, one Mataji who just took some Vaishnava K books from Malaysia to London. Mataji took that Mataji also. For us, it may be something, okay, some book, someone was going, we just shipped some book through that person, but Mataji took that devotee also. I think that was not devotee also, Mataji, right? That's what I understood from.
Yeah,
Uh,
she was not a devotee.
yeah, she was not even a devotee, and still Mataji took her to Guru Maharaj, and just imagine, she hearing thank you from Guru Maharaj. So, so we can see from the nature of Mataji also, like how much loving and caring she is. So we are very grateful, Mataji, for giving us your valuable and wonderful association, and lot of things that we learn from you. So I'm not sure, like, if you have time for question answers, because it's already too late for you, Mataji. So if you
If
want,
anybody has and want to ask anything related to Guru Maharaj, then it is fine, no? Not the general questions.
okay.
The one Mataji had a hand up. Yeah, Srila Mataji.
Yeah, Mataji, I wanted to thank you for that storehouse of memories that you had given about Guru Maharaj. It was nectarian to hear so many pastimes. I think you're so blessed. I liked specifically Prabhupada's ring. He blessed you and gave you the mercy even before you got initiated. And also, whenever you wear the Tilak mantra, when it comes to Madhava, I mean, all these are very touching. It's like lifelong memory for you. Please bless so that we also serve Guru Maharaj in his mood, and we are also sincere to serve him always. Thank you so much for your time, Mataji. Harinama.
Thank you, Manji. My prayers. Just desire Guru Maharaj's Chintamani. Just desire. Whatever way you want to serve Guru Maharaj, just desire. It's my experience. Like it's like being in a female body. It's like many things. It's not easy, but Guru Maharaj is so merciful, so merciful. Somehow Guru Maharaj desires in whichever way we want to serve Guru Maharaj fulfills that. So just have the desire and pray to Guru Maharaj. That's all.
Yeah.
And like Prabhu, you said about like taking people to Guru Maharaj. So I always remember that is maybe something which I love to do because of my experience I had. If that girl did not spend so much of time convincing me to take me to Guru Maharaj and how my life was changed by Guru Maharaj, coming in contact with Guru Maharaj. So, and even just a moment's association with Guru Maharaj changes people's life. So that is something very dear to me, that bringing new people to Guru Maharaj, let them get the blessings, let them get the mercy of Guru Maharaj.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you so much, Mataji, for your wonderful association. And we also seek your blessings. We can also develop such a loving, serving mood for Guru Maharaj. And I'll also add in my prayers, like as you mentioned, like we should pray to Guru Maharaj that we should move from Shraddha to Prema. So I'll also add that in my prayer. So thank you, Mataji.
Thank you. My sister, would she like to say anything? Amala Manjari Mataji? Maybe I would have said something.
She's transcribing. She's there.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Yeah. So, thank you all very much. And it was really nice speaking. It is like for my own purification. So thank you all very much for your for this opportunity.
Thank you, Mataji.
Thank you. Vanchakalpatarabhisya kripasindhapeva patitanam bhavnebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo. And the Gaudiya Vaishnava ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Srila Maharaj ki
On
jai.
behalf of all the assembled devotees and Iskcon Seshadripuram, we would like to thank Mataji by chanting one time Hare Krishna Mantra as well.
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Rama,
Hare,
Rama,
Hare Rama, Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Rama
Hare.
Rama, Hare Hare.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Mataji.
Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji. Very nice
Hare Krishna
pastimes.
Mataji, thank you so much for a wonderful class.
Mataji, thank you.
Thank you, Mataji. Pancham Pranam.
Amal Manjari Mataji, you want to say something?
Did I say anything wrong? I don't know.
No,
Memory
so
would not
nice.
take-
Thank you. Thank you for bringing all the memories. No?
The
When I
one
took-
mistake I did was didn't write down all the exchanges we had.
Yeah,
So like some I have, some I have not written down.
yeah, but still so much, no? Amazing. Like, but this is the main thing is every disciple of Guru Maharaj will have so much personal interactions like this, no? Yeah, and that is very surprising. So, Akshay Gorsundar Prabhu, thank you for organizing this, no? That we all get to know how Guru Maharaj reciprocates with everyone. And like yesterday, we were talking and we were thinking that, we just came without any recommendation, nothing. Just like that, we just came to Krishna consciousness and then in front of Guru Maharaj, So, yeah, and also, like, I'll just say this one thing, that how Guru Maharaj is personal with every individual. So even though we both are sisters and spiritual sisters, but the way Guru Maharaj interacts with both of us is completely different. Like I don't have all these kind of pastimes where Guru Maharaj speaks like, okay, look at the medicine, and no, because she is from the medical field, always look at the medicine, what are these medicines, and it's very different kind of relation, very personal. So it was always like nice for me also to see how Guru Maharaj was interacting with her.
But we will not get to know about your experiences unless you speak at a session. You take a session, Mataji.
Mine not like it's a completely
We will not
different.
understand if there is a difference.
She also has many nice.
Mataji, we want you also to do one session, Mataji.
Oh, once, okay, anyway, that we will see later, because how Guru Maharaj is connecting between us, because I am somewhere, she is somewhere, and most of the time Guru Maharaj comes to UK and then go to Malaysia immediately from here. And then I don't say nothing to Guru Maharaj, but then Guru Maharaj goes to Malaysia and tell her, your sister sent her regards to you. So, like that. Anyway, thank you.
Also, Guru Maharaj always asks me, when Guru Maharaj asks me, always Guru Maharaj asks, how is Amala Manjari? How is her service? Always connects and always asks about her when Guru Maharaj sees me.
Once when Guru Maharaj came, after one safari, one Vyas Puja, Guru Maharaj came to UK. And then as soon as Guru Maharaj saw me, Guru Maharaj said, your sister spent time with me in the safari. Like I met your sister in safari. Like that, So I said, yeah, Guru Maharaj, she's very fortunate. So why Guru Maharaj should remember, why Guru Maharaj should say. And also for my Brahmin initiation, I was coming to UK on a project. So I wanted to take Brahmin. So I applied for Brahmin initiation, but she was studying, so she didn't apply. And then when I sat for the interview, Guru Maharaj wasn't pleased at all. He said, you left your sister and you're taking Brahmin. I said, like real chastisement. Why did you leave your sister and took Brahmin? So, yeah. I don't think as material sisters, we didn't have any connection because we studied in different schools, everything, all connection happened because of Guru Maharaj. And she is also my Pat Pradaksha Guru. She brought me to Krishna consciousness. She brought me to Guru Maharaj. I learned Guru Bhakti from my sisters. I'm very fortunate to have a God sister. Thank you. Thank you so much, bro. Thank you, Amrita. Thank you.
Thanks to you also together helping me in Krishna consciousness. Okay, Hare Krishna.
Hare
Goodbye. Thank you, Prabhu. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mataji.
Is there any recording available, Prabhu? This one is recorded?
Yeah, these all recordings are available on JSS Worldwide YouTube channel. And if you are part of Throwback Thursday WhatsApp community, so I share all the recordings over there as well, Mataji.
Okay, thank you, Prabhu.
Okay. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.